Let's go back to 1990, when James Pond first made waves on the Commodore Amiga. At the time, we'd been treated to a whole load of platformers and shooters, but nothing quite like this. Imagine, if you will, James Bond, but this time, instead of a suave secret agent, you've got a fish on a mission. Well, more of a mutated anthropomorphic mudskipper. I remember when I first played this as a kid and thought it was superb, but also a little tough at the time, especially on later levels. Your mission was to defeat Dr. Maybe, who'd taken over the ocean and captured all of Pond's aquatic friends and family. Strange name for a baddie, but an obvious play on Dr. No from the Bond title. With 12 missions to tackle, you will have your work cut out, but you also have some cool little gadgets to help you, starting with this trusty bubble gun. The first mission, licensed to Bubble, is a nice warm-up. You're tasked with rescuing lobsters before the lobster catchers snare them. It all looks pretty easy so far, but time's ticking, and you've got to be quick. Each mission is filled with Bond-inspired themes like From Sellafield with Love and Leak and Let Die, where you'll be patching up oil rigs and taking down Dr. Maybe's evil plans. As you swim through the vibrant underwater world, you've got to dodge all sorts of enemies. Thankfully, Pond's bubble gun comes in handy, trapping enemies in bubbles that you have to pop for bonus points, and there are hazards such as bombs, glue pots, and other obstacles lurking around each of the levels to thwart your progression. You'll discover secret caverns filled with goodies, but also can be littered with danger. I remember getting caught in one of those caverns thinking I'd found a hidden gem, only to realise I was chasing a red herring and my fishometer was draining away fast. That's the thing, you only have 3 lives, and the fishometer, which counts as your life bar, drops with each enemy you hit. Lose it all and you'll be sent right back to the start of the mission. And speaking of this life bar, if you found starfish they'd top up your life, and other items like hearts and clocks would give you extra lives or more time. It was a constant balancing act, making sure you didn't run out of time or lives before completing the mission. The graphics were truly something to behold back in 1990. The underwater world was full of colour and character. Each level had its own distinct look, and the creatures, from the villainous Dr. Maybe's henchfish to the innocent lobsters you're trying to save, were all beautifully animated. The level of detail was impressive, especially with the parallax scrolling and fluid animations. It was hard not to be drawn into the world, swimming along with Pond as he dodged danger and went on his spy-filled adventures. Of course, the music was just as memorable from the talented Richard Joseph. The title track had that perfect Bond-esque flair, setting the tone for the whole game. As you played, you could choose between some catchy background tunes or the engaging sound effects. But I can't completely sugarcoat this all the way through the video, as James Pond could be a tough game in places. With a time limit and only 3 lives, you had to play smart. Get careless, and you'd find yourself all the way back at mission 1. Still, despite the challenge, it was hard not to enjoy the ride. The levels were full of variety and surprises, and the game's mix of action, puzzles and quirkiness kept things fresh. Looking back at it now, James Pond was definitely a standout title and spawned several sequels across many formats. It had very decent gameplay, nice graphics and catchy tunes. It may not have been the easiest game, but it was one of the most fun and original releases of the early 90s. It's crazy to think about how much James Pond still holds up even today. The challenges, the clever design, the infectious charm, it all made for a game that's hard to forget. So if you ever find yourself reminiscing about the glory days of the Amiga, James Pond is definitely a title you want to dive back into. Just a shame it was so stupidly difficult, especially with no password system to access later levels. Thanks for watching guys, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and tell us your memories about James Pond or its sequels in the comment section. Was this right up there as one of your favourite platformers? I'd be interested to know. Stick around as we delve even deeper into the catalogue of games for both the Commodore Amiga and Commodore 64, covering more and more of these nostalgic classics. If this sounds like your kind of channel, then definitely consider subscribing so you won't miss any future videos. And with that, let's get straight on to another one. Hopefully, I'll see you there. Until then, bye for now.